Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Road Empire. Today I'm going to be showing you all these trains that I was gifted today, and we're going to be going through all of them and seeing what they are. So I hope you enjoy. Alright guys, so here we go. We're going to start taking them out one by one. I do already know that what is in here. You guys probably saw the 7-second short that I posted of showing just a quickly brief little bit of this. But I'm going to be going through it all with you guys. It's all wrapped up in newspaper again, so it's transporting it back to my house. So we're going to go through it all. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first object we have here on top, I'm going to open it up and set the paper to the side. So the first thing we have here is a nice baggage car. This is a Sncf. This is a French car. It has lights on the back here that are kind of hard to tell on camera, but there's these two little lights here that light up red when put on the track, and then there's an indoor light too. So this is like the end of train baggage car for a French train. So just a heads up, there is some French stuff in this lot, which is 2-rail DC, so it does work on this layout, which none of it's been tested on the layout, just on a test piece of flex track. But yeah, so there is some French stuff, which is pretty cool. Next item pulling out. We've got a Norfolk and Western hopper car. This is pretty nice. It's got a decent amount of detail, and I really like it. Looking on the bottom here, it does not say who it's by, so that is unsure of. But yeah, metal axle and rolls pretty nicely. Next thing we've got here, this is a Sncf French passenger car. Pretty nice. It's got a fair bit of detail. Not extremely insane. It's got a few scratches on the top and whatnot, but overall it's pretty nice. So there's that one. There's also a second one of those, which I had already unwrapped. So there's a second one of those, which is pretty cool. Alright, so unwrapping the next one. And then this one that we've got here, this is a third Sncf French passenger car. So there's 3 of those. There's no more, there's only the 3. But they will make a nice passenger train, especially with this baggage car that can nicely go along with them. So yeah, that is one French passenger train I will have. Engine-wise, we will soon get there. Next thing, opening it up here. We've got a nice red caboose, number 689. I believe it's an old Taiko. Yep, sure is. Just a nice red Taiko caboose. Alright, next item. For the next item, we have a Sncf French passenger car. These ones kind of look American to me. They've got the silver, the black roofs, and then another yellow stripe on the top. So there's one of those. Opening up the next one. We've got another one of those. And for the next item, we have yet another one. So the thing about the French ones is they've got the different couplings. They don't have horn hook or anything. So they are only compatible with the other French stuff that I got. But that is pretty cool still. Looking on to the next thing I got. Actually, I'm going to save this one because it's in the locomotive. I'm going to save the locomotives for last. So we'll set that to the side. This here, let's make sure it's not a locomotive. Yep, it's not. This here is a nice American Union Carbide tanker. It is by, it says it's made in Hong Kong, but it does not have a manufacturer. It looks to be like a Taiko maybe. Not quite sure though, I'm not quite an expert on these. So that's pretty nice. Next item. We have a gondola, a French gondola, 4-axle. It is another Sncf gondola, so that's pretty nice. Next thing we've got here. This looks to be just a sort of box car. I think this is, yes, this is another Sncf box car. So it's pretty nice. It's also got opening and closing doors. So that's pretty cool. This one might be an engine. Nope, it's not. This here is the 4th one of these silver passenger cars. So there's 4 of these. So now we have gone through all 4 of those. So that's all the passenger cars. We've got 4 green ones and then 4 silver ones. The next bit of stuff here. We have got an STEF. Looks to be a refrigerated box car of some sort. Also French. Pretty nice. Next here we've got, I think it's a mail car. It's it looks a little blurred, not sure what railroad it is, but the doors do open and close, which is quite cool. So yeah, that's all the 4 freight cars I got. So I got 4 freight cars and a total of 8 passenger cars that were French. So that's pretty cool. This here, our next item is, now this is something that is not really realistic, and it's not like too special, but it's kind of cool. It's another one of these Burlington Northern boxcars, I believe by Taiko. Yep, by Taiko. So now I have 9 of these, which is just insane, really. That I have 9 of those. So just another one to add to the collection. That's a locomotive. I think that might be all the rolling stock. Let me just check here to make sure. These are all locomotives. This, I think, is a locomotive. Yep. Locomotive. And, yes. This is my favorite freight car, American freight car that came in the lot. This is a refrigerator car, but it's got a lot of detail on it. It's hard to tell on the camera. It's got these doors, the ice doors that open on the top. So that's really cool. It's white, and then it's got a red and yellow stripe on the bottom. So, I mean, not red and yellow, red and blue. So yeah, it's really, really nice. It's metal axled too, and it rolls extremely well. So this is definitely one of my favorites in the American lot. American-wise, I believe I got four American freight cars and then a caboose. And I got 3 American diesels and then 2 French diesels. Alright, so getting on to the diesels, I'm going to try and open the French ones first. So I believe this is one of them. Nope, that is not one of them. Alright, this is probably one. No, it's not, but we can do this one. This one is a Bachmann Santa Fe, which, before I got home, I had brought a toolkit with me to fix up some of these at my grandparents'. So I actually converted this one to a dummy. It had cracked gears, and I have another one with cracked gears also. So I'm converting them both to dummies so I can, I don't know, put them for display or have them on my, essentially, Santa Fe Super Chief train. Here's my other one that needs to be converted into a dummy. They're the exact same, number 307. So yeah, that is very cool. So I will be able to at least take some cool pictures with back-to-back Santa Fe's in front of streamline all-silver passenger cars. So not necessarily, it won't be able to run, but it'll look extremely cool. So that is that. Next we've got here this one is one that I've wanted for a while. They are not necessarily very cool looking. In my opinion, they're kind of ugly, but it's just been that engine that I've been like, it'd be really cool to have one of those. This is a Taiko Sharknose Midnight Special. I've really liked the paint scheme. It is basically identical to the Wabash one, and I think it's very cool, and I really like that I got one of these. So when I first got this engine, I put it on the track. It did absolutely nothing. So I've fixed it up a little bit, and it works okay now. I think with some braking in, it'll just get better. As for all the engines, when I first put them on the track, I got nothing. So all these engines have been revived from nothing to some are better than others, and yeah. So there's that one. Next up, we've got so this is the first French diesel locomotive that I got. These are by the brand JOUEF. If anybody maybe watching this has heard of this brand, let me know, because I heard that they went out of business like 15 or 20 years ago. So, not sure if any of this is rare, but it's pretty cool. So this is a 6-axle locomotive, and it is a German one. It's got quite a bit of detail, and the pantographs are springed, and they do go up and down, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's got lots of detail, this wire that runs across the top, and it's a very nice locomotive to pull those passenger cars. For our next locomotive, we have the other French locomotive. This is basically a smaller version of that one. It's a 4-axle unit, and it's also got the red wire that runs across the top, and the pantographs go up and down. This is by the same brand as the other one. Yeah, nice locomotive. This one has directional lighting, but unfortunately one of the lamps are burned out in it, or lights. So, yeah, that's the other one. Then, these last two, one's a dummy and one is a powered one. These were by far my favorite locomotives in the lot, and I don't know, you might see this one on the channel a lot because I really like it. So I've always wanted a Gp9 locomotive. I have a Gp9Ms, but I've always wanted the Gp9. I think that those have always looked really cool. I built one in Lego because I wanted one so bad, and I still have it to this day. It's the Burlington route Gp9 I built. You guys can probably find somewhere on my channel. So I got two Erie Lackawanna Gp9s, one powered, one dummy. So without any further ado, here it is. So these models are both by AHM. So here's the first one. Pretty nice. This is the dummy unit. So they've got the bell and the horns. Very nice. And then the powered unit. So these locomotives here, these have been wrapped up in a box for over 35 years. So here's the powered unit. So the only thing that this one was missing was the horns, but that's okay. Yeah, there's the powered unit. It's 8-wheel pickup and 8-wheel drive. But yeah, we don't know exactly if they've been sitting for 35 years. It might be a little less, but the newspaper they were wrapped in is 35 years old. So that's what we are guessing. That was the date on the newspaper that it was all wrapped in. So yeah, these two look really good running with each other. One dummy, one working. So yeah, this video is a little bit long. So I think in the next video, I will show these running. And yeah, well, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this. I want to give a huge thanks to Don Perella for generously giving me all this. It was really quite special that I just inherited all this, and I'm very thankful for it all. And I was totally blown away. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Make sure you like, subscribe, maybe leave a comment on what was your favorite item, or if you know anything about the French manufacturers and what. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on the Railroad Empire.